All right, welcome back to the channel. Captain Jonathan, Captain Tristan behind the camera there. Today, we run a 2016 Sportsman 232. We've had this boat for 10 years, flipping love this boat. We have run it recreational. This last summer, we ran it as a professional charter boat. Great little boat, does everything it's supposed to do. One of the second complaints, the first complaint was the size of the console. I don't fit under it. The second one is the way this T-top was designed, and they've gone away from this design since then, was these particular big washers with these particular Allen head screws in them. Issue is you just don't get a good seal, right? And so then as you're drawing down the water, you get like a funny squeaky sound, as they say. So what I did was, don't know if this will work, I found some really nice size neoprene gaskets that are pretty thick. I've got 6 of them. I'm probably double them up on this particular one. I may not double them up everywhere if one gets loose. This one has always been the loose one. So this is a 7/32. That's for randomness, right? Let's just hope it comes out. Go in here. And I'm afraid that's gonna break off instead of rotate like it should. Because that would suck. If you break your boat trying to fix it, that always sucks. There we go. And I probably over tightened this the last time I did this, because this has been an issue for us for some time. Yep, that's fun. It is turning again, that's a good sign. So, if you're curious about whether or not I put enough torque on it last time, yeah, I tried that. I tried torquing it down last time, and this is what happened. So, good news is, she seems to be loose now. So get her out of here. I know y'all like hearing me breathe heavily on the channel as I fix the boat, but all part of the experience. So I can kind of see what happened here now that I'm getting this head out of here. Is got some definitive nastiness in here, which just happens if you run in salt water enough. And we run in some heavy water sometimes, so sometimes that gets up in the, it actually goes over the top of the T-top. We don't encourage that behavior, but it does happen, especially if Tristan's behind the wheel. Oh, it's nice when he can't defend himself because he's behind the camera. Sorry, I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. So as you can see, it's got water, some nastiness in there. So I'm gonna set this gasket right over the top, and I am gonna go 2 on this particular one just because it's been so annoying. And put this over the top, try to find where that thing sits down. And what I'm hoping this time is it does a couple things for us. One, it allows us to actually get some compression on this screw, which hopefully makes the overall item tighter, the whole T-top tighter. And this screw still seems pretty dirty, so y'all forgive me, I know it's taking a while. But one of the things that I'm really big on, I told Tristan when we started the channel, is I want to be honest with how long this stuff takes. Because people tell you, and it always says it takes 5 minutes on YouTube and it's an hour job. We started at 4:20, kind of getting ourselves set up. It's currently 4:25, so I'm just 5 minutes in. Not a huge deal, right? Not a big problem. We'll check these other ones. If any of them are loose, like this one was, we'll add a couple neoprene washers under it. Oh yeah, oh, it just got nasty again. So let me get to that spot, clean that little spot up. And I know I should probably have like a flathead screwdriver to do this rather than my thumbnails. But probably the problem is when you climb up on top of a T-top, when you get to my age, you still want to get back down. But that may actually take a flathead screwdriver because it looks like it's pretty nasty. So, yeah. I'm gonna hop down, I'll be right back. So, just happens is, when you're running salt water enough, stuff like this just gets gummed up and nasty over time, and if you don't take the time to clean it out and you just force it home, the next time you go to do this, it's going to be worse than the last. I can assure you of that. So here we go. Set this down in here. See if that runs a lot smoother. Still getting a little nasty at that spot. I'll do a quick test thread and see if it'll go at all past it, or if I needed to. Oh, that was no big deal. Okay. All right. Now, since I did clean this and it's going down pretty simple, I am going to back it back out just to be on the safe side to make sure that it goes clean this time. So you'll see me do that now. And by the way, if you don't have a set of these types of tools like you're seeing, and if you drive any type of boat, I recommend you have imperial and metric of everything, just because it's weird as things get rounded out from being used. I swear they seem to change sizes. But anyways, I know that sounds crazy, but I always carry both. I tend to try metric first, and I'll tell you this, not a single metric piece fit this particular bolt. So here we go. I've got, these washers are, in case you're curious, 1/8 of an inch thick. So by my math, that means we've got a 1/4 inch of neoprene going underneath this gasket, which should seal up significantly better. And the tightening, I actually feel like I'm getting some torque on it, but I'm not torquing down metal to metal. I am getting some actual compression, which is what I want. So that's all. I'm going to stop. We're going to run offshore tomorrow. We'll find out if that holds, feels tight. I'm going to check the other. There's 8 of these things on this boat. So I just go around every so often and check them. That one looks good. Washer's tight. Oh, and by the way, this has been parked for winter underneath an old oak tree, which is why our T-top looks terrible. If you're ever on top of our boat and this offends you, we apologize. Hopefully you're never up here though, it's just us. We were gonna replace the anchor light as part of this, but we got a brand new one, but we realized we think some tape or some JB Weld may take care of that for us, so we're gonna delay that. Never do a repair you don't have to do. So we're going to keep the new anchor light, find a way to repair that later on, and see how that holds. This side, the port side is done. We'll go over the starboard side and see how it works out. So we'll catch you on the other side. All right, so we're on the starboard side now. I've already checked those 3. They're all good and tight, so we're gonna leave those alone. This one is actually so loose, I can actually back out this particular screw pretty much by hand. I'm not going to do that. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about right now. So on that side, this particular one, which is the 7/32, was the perfect one for that bolt. It won't even go inside of that one. So I'll just switch over to my metric. I'm gonna try what looks like the 5mm, and that's actually a little loose. And that's what I mean, have both. Save yourself the hassle, just get both. And people's like, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, I've done this a long enough time just to have both on your boat. Same thing, I'm just gonna clear out this screw. And we may speed this part of the video up. I don't know, we'll see how long the video is. We don't want our videos to be long, but at the same time, I don't want you to get into a job with 30 minutes of daylight light left and it'd be a 3-hour job. Been there, done that. So don't want you to do that. So I'm just cleaning this out again with my thumbnail, probably like I shouldn't do. But it's incredibly good at getting this gunk out. This one, ironically enough, and I can't explain that, nothing compared to that side. That side, tons of gunk. This side, hardly anything. So I'm gonna do 2 on this side as well, just to keep them equal, port and starboard. So 2, I'm doubling up those neoprene washers, going through the top, quick, easy start. I don't think there's even gonna be a need for me to go backwards. Well, if I could find it, and do that one again. And by the way, I haven't seen anyone else do this on YouTube. I'm not saying that this is a great fit. I'm trying it just because it's something we've struggled with on this particular boat for literally years. Also, before we got a place down on the coast, we trailered this boat for years, which has probably made this worse. And we did just bring it back, like I said, from our house, which is in North Mississippi, and we're back down the Alabama coast now. So when I say that ours may get a little bit more abuse than some, just because I'm gonna try to get a little bit more torque on that, but that 5 is trying to round out, so I'm gonna switch to this 7/32 if I can get it in there. There we go. That's as far as I'm gonna go. I don't like it when that metal clicks like that. I can see that the T-top is actually a little indented. I've definitely got good friction. T-top isn't moving, which is good. So yeah, that's a wrap on this particular job. Got these off of YouTube. Like I said, these are just 3-inch neoprene washers. They're 1 inch inner diameter, 3-inch outside diameter, and then they are 1/8 of an inch thick. Definitely will have plenty of these if this holds up the way I hope it will in the future. So it is 4:32. So it took us 12 minutes. That's including the nuts and clean those off, or excuse me, the bolts, clean those off, get the neoprene washers on, find the right size tool, change the size of the boat, checking every one of them, 12 minutes. I would say this is a 0 crash out, other than that took a little bit of flexing on that side where Tristan's at now. Other than that, easy repair. I'd recommend it, assuming it holds up, and maybe we'll go out tomorrow and we'll do a second part of this video, let you know if it made a difference. So that's all I got. Thanks for joining.